her perfect son, her proof to the world that she raised someone extraordinary. She never told you. She could not tell you because she didn't fully know it herself. That you weren't being raised in that house. You were being kept. If you were the son a narcissistic mother could never fully release, this one is for you. Some sons get discarded, told to be a man, told their needs were too much, too early. Other sons get handed the opposite wound, and it comes wrapped in gold, which is exactly why it's so hard to pinpoint. You remember it, the way she introduced you to strangers like you were an achievement of hers and not a person in your own right. The way your popularity, your sports team, your face at 14 became something she performed with at dinner parties, on the phone with people who barely knew you, in front of family who nodded along like this was just love being visible. Praise, adoration. You are my whole world. I don't know what I'd do without you. None of that feels like harm going down. It feels like being chosen. But being chosen and being fully seen were never the same thing. You were not loved for who you were. You were loved for what you filled in her. You became the thing that filled her vacancy, all while believing with your whole young heart that you were simply Mama's good boy. There's a name for what happened in that house. Emotional incest, enmeshment, a mother making her son the partner she never had or never kept. I'm not going to soften that because you already know the truth of it in your body. You have known it much longer than you've had language for it. Maybe it looked like her telling you things a mother should never tell a son about her marriage, her loneliness, her disappointment in your father's inability to please her. Maybe you became the one she called at midnight, the one who talked her down, the one who somehow knew the right thing to say before you were even old enough to drive. Maybe you were told more than once, you are the man of the house now, as if a child could hold that, as if a child should ever have to try. An energetic cord formed that was never meant to exist between a mother and her son. A cord built for a marriage, wrapped instead around a boy. You became her missing piece before you ever got the chance to go looking for your own. So you learned the currency of that house very early on. Composure, capability, certainty, the easygoing one, the happy one, the favorite. You became fluent in her moods before you were fluent in your own body. You could feel a shift in the air the second you walked through the door. Tension or sadness, perhaps a fight brewing, and your nervous system would brace before your mind even caught up. You became the referee, the translator, the one who kept the peace between her and everyone else in the house, including yourself. and the world rewarded exactly what almost broke you. Nobody claps for a child managing his mother's nervous system. They clap for the calm, capable man he became instead. The one who never seems rattled, the one everyone calls when things fall apart, because he always knows what to do. He's so easy. He's so steady. He's so nice. He's so generous. What no one sees is what that calm costs. What no one sees is the boy still underneath it, still scanning every room he walks into, still asking without words, is it safe to just be here? Or do I need to manage something first? Who do I have to be to keep being everyone's favorite? The mind can grow up and it can leave that house. However, the body doesn't always get that memo. You might notice it now as a tightness that lives in your chest around certain women. Not fear exactly, more like a bracing, an anticipation. You might notice you go quiet the second someone you love seems upset, immediately scanning for what you did, what you can fix, what you can offer to make it stop. You might notice how hard it is to simply receive a compliment, help, rest. Something in you deflects it before it can land because receiving was never the role you were given. Giving was. This isn't weakness. It's a nervous system that learned very young that love was conditional on function, that you were safe when you were useful, and uncertain the moment you weren't. If your chest just did something, hearing that, it's not a coincidence. That is resonance. I work with men on exactly this in private sessions, and I'll drop that link below if you need it. For now, stay with me because there's more underneath this. Here's where it shows up the loudest: in the people you love as an adult. Closeness starts to feel like disappearing again the moment it asks something real of you. A partner wants more of your inner world, actual presence, not management. And some old alarm goes off underneath your awareness. If I give her all of me, will I lose myself the way I did before? Most of you have been completely unaware of that alarm after decades of living disconnected from the self it's protecting. So you offer steadiness instead of your own need, because need was never a safe currency in the house where you first learned what love was supposed to look like. Some of you avoid closeness altogether now, staying just out of reach so no one can require what your mother required. Others do the opposite. You find partners who need managing, who need fixing, who need exactly the skill set you built as a child. Because on some level, it's the only kind of love that still feels familiar. Either way, it's the same pattern, wearing a different face. You're still playing a role instead of simply being met, still performing instead of arriving as a sovereign, authentic self. And if you've ever tried to pull back, to create distance, to stop being available at every hour, to simply have a life that isn't organized around her, you already know the response. The hurt, the guilt trip, being cast as cold, selfish, ungrateful, after everything she did for you. Maybe she brought your father or your siblings into it. Maybe the whole family quietly agreed you were the problem for wanting space from a woman who only ever loved you. That guilt is not a sign you are doing something wrong. It's the leash, still attached, tightening the exact moment you walk toward your own life and liberation. I'm certainly not asking you to hate her. Some of you still love her deeply, and both things can be true in the same body at the same time. It's not confusion, that's honesty. But your soul did not choose this life to spend it managing someone else's unmet hunger. There is a masculine energy in you that has never once been allowed to simply exist, not perform, not manage, not earn its place through composure or overgiving. It's still there. It's been there the whole time, waiting for you to stop auditioning for a role you were cast in before you could speak. This isn't about bypassing your anger or rushing yourself into forgiveness before you've let yourself grieve what should have been yours from the start. Feel the anger if it's there. Feel the grief. Your body has been holding both patiently for a long time, and it deserves to finally be witnessed and honored, not skipped past on the way to a lesson, and not outrun because some part of you is afraid it will consume you if you stop moving. And when you are ready, not before, there is a deeper truth waiting underneath it. This relationship, as much as it wounded you, has also been one of your greatest teachers in what a boundary actually is, what your own energy feels like when it is not fused to someone else's, and what it means to finally come home to a self that is not managing anyone's storm but its own. If this is you, if you were the son she could never fully let go of, ask yourself honestly, who are you still performing composure for, even in rooms she isn't in? Comment kept below if this found you. That's how I'll know exactly who this channel is for. You don't have to untangle this alone. You don't have to keep performing composure while you figure it out privately at 2 in the morning, reaching for whatever might make the truth of it stop being so loud. In a private session, we go straight to where that cord is still alive, in your body, in your energetic field, in your relationships, in the guilt that shows up the second you try to separate. And we will start loosening it together, safely, at a pace that doesn't ask you to blow up your whole life to do it. If you are ready to stop managing this alone, book a session at catgrace.com. You can find the link below. I only take a limited number of one-on-one clients at a time. So if this is your moment, don't sit on it. I will see you in the next one. Until then, namaste.